Never fed a rat, never said a lot. Only what need to be said. Got a little guap.
Yo. Kurt Boogie Leveland, what up? Going live in just a second here. Boom. What's happening? What's happening? Make sure I got everything going. Back in the Suave house. I don't want J. Cole to hate on me. So turn that off. What's happening, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Get my shit together. Here back at the home base, where every day is a good day. South Central LA. Cool. Good on Facebook, good on YouTube, good on all that. Matt Berry was good. CC Security Solutions. What's happening, buddy? Lisa Green, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Two pups in the garden. Martha M. Dotson was good. What's up? What up, Rubes? How the dopest dad in the motherfucking universe. How is, I gotta send you a package now. Two pups. You're no longer in the la. Hope your move went well. But I owe you a parting gift. Rubes, you can't get in yet. We gotta run through the recap first. Then I'll let you in. Just give me 10 minutes to run through the recap, and then we can talk all the shit you want. Promise, I promise, I promise. What's happening? Philanthropy Don? How you get a name like that, man? The Don of Philanthropy. Holistic CCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCCC back in the Suave house today. Everybody out there that sorry if I'm a little sluggish today. Got these meds, taking these fucking meds they gave me. Have a gout attack. If y'all know what gout is, man. Anybody told you that gout is the king's disease or any of that shit? It's a motherfucking lie. Every old black man I know got gout too. I'm one of them. Yes. All right. So this one's so today. It already got heated. It already got heated in the when I just posted this shit. So this one, today's news story is a lot more of a warning than anything else for the emerging markets. And I'm gonna get into the why in a second, but this is what happens when you allow. What up, King Scudder? What up? All right, so this is what happens when you allow corporate cannabis do what corporate cannabis does when they run unchecked. And I know a lot of people are like rolling their eyes at me, especially out here in LA when you talk about MedMen, because it's kind of a dead issue here. But the rest of the industry, especially emerging markets, we see companies like MedMen come through and they take over the conversation because they have deep-pocketed marketing departments. You got to call that shit out and make sure that you support your local dispensaries, make sure you support your local retailers, whether that is on the delivery side, whether it's on the dispensary side. Make sure you're supporting your local folks, because stuff like this can't happen Stuff like this will happen because stuff like this has happened, and it will. Yeah. For my people at home on Facebook and YouTube, you guys see me. Much love, much love. So stuff like this will happen. It's going to continue to happen to the industry if corporate cannabis goes unchecked. So today is more of a warning to everybody out there. Like this is what happens. The rich will continue to get richer. They don't have to touch the plant. They don't have to ever have a respect for the industry. They don't have to be part of the culture. And they're going to make out like bandits because of a certain few things about the way that they're structured. It's going to happen over and over and over again if it doesn't get checked from the jump. So I wanted to make sure that I did bring some light to this story. It's a little dense, so I'm gonna read through it fast and I'm gonna answer questions because I do have a financial background, so I get a lot of the stuff that's going on right now, especially with the whole MedMen thing. People have feelings about MedMen. I try to keep mine in check, but just know this, man. The company marketed themselves as the Apple Store, the Genius Bar of weed, and anybody who's part of the industry, anybody who's part of the culture, has been in the game for a while, you go in there, you ask them any questions. There are no geniuses at that bar, period. It was just a front, and they were well funded on the marketing side, and they made a huge splash to the point where everybody, especially in emerging markets, were like, oh yeah, I've got to go to MedMen. I got to go to MedMen. I got to go to MedMen. And they scooped up a bunch of real estate. We're going to talk about that in a second too, because the cannabis industry, whether you like it or not, is a giant corporate real estate game. Think about that. Seriously. And MedMen got in quickly. They scooped up a bunch of very marquee locations. They didn't give a fuck about the industry. They didn't give a fuck about the people on the ground. They didn't give a fuck about their workers. And a lot of people that were working for them, they liked the people that were compliant because they could do what the fuck they wanted to do. So before I get all deep on that shit, let me just run through the story real quick. So this came out of the Los Angeles Business Journal this morning. And rewind. So Standard Cannabis NewsHour. Make sure you guys check us out. You get your daily dose every single morning on Clubhouse, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Me and 11 other excellent thought leaders in the cannabis industry. We run through the top news stories of the cannabis industry, and we give you a little bit of our flavor as well. We all get 4 minutes and 20 seconds to give our pieces, and 3 minutes for our story, and we try to give a minute and 20 remaining for the rest of the audience. So make sure you check us out on Clubhouse every single morning, and make sure you guys, if you guys are in LA, reach out to Cannapreneur this Thursday. This Thursday's the last one, hopefully before we get shut down like a motherfucker again. But we're going to get that in a second. So let's talk MedMen. My story today actually came from the Los Angeles Business Journal. So struggling MedMen seeks restructuring and turnaround. So we've all heard by now the epic tale of the retail giant MedMen, aka the cannabis industry's very own WeWork, struggling financially for several years. So they're looking now to turn around and to turn a new leaf in its fortune with newly appointed CEO Tom Lynch. He's been promoted from their interim CEO and chief restructuring officer just on July 15th last week. Lynch joined MedMen at the interim role March 2020, appointed after Adam Bierman stepped down. He was forced the fuck out. We all have like lots of stories. We all have our great Adam Bierman stories here in LA, but it's not about him today. So he's got a history, Tom Lynch, he's got a history of turning around distressed companies, including Fredericks of Hollywood, David's Bridal, who actually led out of bankruptcy. MedMen, however, it ain't lingerie and it ain't women's dresses, it ain't wedding dresses, and they cannot declare bankruptcy. Under Lynch, they've refinanced under lower interest rates, cut expenses, sold assets, and begun to expand retail footprint in West Hollywood, Arizona, Illinois, and Florida, all key markets for revenue. They're scheduled to open up stores in Boston near Fenway Park and San Francisco within the next few months. Let's keep it 100 here. MedMen is still in deep shit. And it's been a revolving door of CFOs over there because they can't get their money right. And they can't keep track of their money and what they're doing with it either. So in March, MedMen formally issued a going concern warning that it might not be able to pay its bills before laying off a large chunk of its workforce, and canceled $682 million acquisition of PharmaCann to focus on major market retail. Hankey Capital, a private lender out in LA, actually was providing them bridge loans they're known for their bridge loan for troubled assets. They were charging them 15.5% on $77 million in borrowed assets, with warrants giving them the right to buy deeply discounted MedMen stock in the future. Ascend Wellness bought 86.7% of the New York operations for $63 million, with an option to buy the rest of that shit at the launch of New York's state adult use market. Fiscal year ending June 2020, a loss of $527 million on revenue of $157 million. That don't sound right, dude. It's a little off balance. So that's what they were working with in June 2020. Lynch came in right before that. So 9-month period, so the third fiscal quarter ending March 27th, they reported a loss of $111.4 million on revenue of $96.4. It's a little better, still trash. In the same period, cash rose from $21 million, up from $9 million in June 2020, and assets shrank $487 million in the last quarter from $574 million in the last year. So they're off in a bunch of different assets, off in a bunch of different locations. They're cutting staff, just laying the fuck off everybody there, because that's what happens. That's what the fuck happens in corporate cannabis. So just know that. Just know that. It's what happens when you guys let certain things come through and take over the prime real estate spots, and you allow them to control the conversation. So most of their filings, the recent filings revealed that they could be up for sale now, and MedMen's cleanup is going to be no small task, but it is possible. Jonathan Dusseret from DeCourcy from Viridian Capital's director. He's the Viridian Capital's director of resource, said that they'll be foolish to sell the company right now, especially after they've cleaned it up and improved the valuation. Then they'd get more if it were sold, he said, before citing that GTI, Wakefield, Curaleaf, Cresco, and Air Wellness are prime candidates to buy them the fuck out. They have enough juice and they should do it. But wait, there's more. On July 12th, both sides entered in a transaction and retention bonus agreement, with MedMen paying up to $750,000 if Lynch stays on board to navigate a sale of the company before June 1st, 2021. If Lynch can't complete the transaction in time, Sierra Constellations, that's his management firm that he comes in, corporate rater firm, and they will forfeit the bonus, but Lynch himself still gets another $250,000, whether or not the deal is reached by deadline. July 16th, MedMen disclosed that they also paid Lynch's firm Sierra Constellation $2.2 million in fees for interim management and restructuring support. Also, $125,000 in stock. Not a bad deal at all. $3 million to kick it for 2 years, not do a damn thing, but just fire people, and gut the hell out of a company that can't file for bankruptcy. Sounds about right. And Lynch, obviously, he was pretty happy, and he was pretty positive on the outlook of going forward. Of course, he got a fucking job, and they didn't disclose his salary. I'd like to see what he's getting on that shit, but on top of the $2.2 million that he got over the last 9 months, he's guaranteed at least another $250,000 in bonus just for staying there, seeing this thing out. And this is even if they don't have a successful transaction at the end of this. So there's his statement: with the significant progress we're making, turning MedMen's story from one of turnaround to one of growth, we anticipate sharing more consistent updates on the business trajectory going forward, he said in a statement. This is just the beginning of MedMen growth story. He did not say this is just the beginning of MedMen's turnaround and becoming better stewards of the cannabis industry, because they don't give a fuck about that. They care about growth. They care about grabbing more of your dollars. They care more about market share. The people who are not in this industry, and you're just on the financial side, you're going to see a name like, what's his name? Lynch. I can't remember this dude's name because they're all the same. You see guys like Tom Lynch, they come in here, they don't care about the community, they don't care about the people who are working at the dispensaries, they don't give a shit about any of that stuff. They care about growth. They care about cutting assets, shrinking the books. A lot of people who did not like a lot of people who did not like Mitt Romney and all the shit that he was doing. This is what Bain Capital did. I mean, they go in, they got companies, they make them profitable, and they sell them. Period. And that's what they're trying to do with MedMen. And the difference with MedMen, what's up, Cannabis in-house? And the difference about MedMen and all these cannabis companies is they can't go bankrupt. So he's just gonna be hanging on for dear life, or not. I mean, if MedMen totally fucking fails, they lose every fucking dollar, he still gets 250 grand just to hang on for another year, and he's just kicking it. So ask yourselves, please, is this the kind of industry that you want? Corporate cannabis does not have to be like that. It doesn't have to be that bad. But if you let it run amok, and people from out, especially the people in the emerging markets, just know this with these big box cannabis stores. This is what they do, especially if they're run by people who are not from the cannabis industry. They don't know the game. They don't know how to maneuver within the community. They don't even know what a wash cycle is. They don't even know what a fucking terpene is, but they come in and they get 7-figure salaries. They get their companies, like his company, who he hired to be worked on by MedMen. They got paid millions of dollars to not do a damn thing, period, just to fire people. All right. So this is what happens when you let these motherfuckers do what they want to do. You let them come in here and you let them control the conversation. You let them control the situation. And I'll be damned if I go down without a fight with all of my people in the streets, with all of my people running their shops and everything, because I know that this industry was built from community up. And that's what makes cannabis different than these other industries. This is why I don't even just cringe. I start swearing every time somebody comes out, somebody hops up and says, "Oh yeah, the cannabis industry is just like the alcohol industry, is just like big tobacco, it's just like big pharma." No, it fucking isn't. It's not. This shit was started in the streets. This just started in the fucking mountains. This is somebody's abuela. This is somebody's grandmother out here putting together cannabis elixirs and showing everybody there was medicine before one scientist came out here and started testing shit. We knew that it worked. It came from the motherfucking earth, right? Like, it wasn't a bunch of additives in it. It wasn't a bunch of, what was that shit they put in it? Vitamin E acetate. There wasn't none of that shit. There was none of this. We read a story this morning, my man Chris Smith on Cannabis NewsHour talking about people were saying they're putting fentanyl in cannabis. Like, come on, G. Like, this shit came from the people. And if you guys want it to still be clean, if you don't want this shit to turn into fucking big tobacco industry, Philip Morris talking about this weekend that they're getting out of the tobacco game. They see corporate tobacco dying as an industry within the next 10 years. Like, hell yeah, it's gonna die. Like, because they're already in the cannabis game, period. So just know that that's where we're going. But it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be, with a bunch of industry squatters in here, with a bunch of industry colonizers in this shit. You don't have to have a bunch of those assholes in here. And this is nothing about, like, a white man in suits and all that shit. I'm not even going to bring it on a racial level. This is what corporate raiders do. They come in, they gut the shit out of your company, they fire everybody, they take over the land. It's a real estate play. It's a corporate real estate play at the end of the day. And the way the industry is going, expect Amazon to do a bunch of damage as well. They already don't give a fuck about their people that are working at their company, but now they're getting in the cannabis game. Just a month ago, they said, "Oh, we're not going to get in the cannabis game. We just, like, nah, man." This is what happens when you let people who are not part of the industry run the industry. So cannabis and fitness are two of my joys too. So let me get off the soapbox for the day, man. I didn't mean to get too worked up, but especially for my people that out in LA, they're like, why are you fucking talking about MedMen? Nobody gives a fuck about MedMen. I give a fuck about MedMen because there's other MedMens waiting to happen. Period. And if y'all don't step up and make sure you're at these city hall meetings when you're going legal, make sure you're knowing who the movers and shakers are, and make sure that they're connected with the community, make sure that they know that cannabis is medicine, make sure that they know all the ins and outs of where the plant came from, where the plant should be going, and how it connects with people on a personal level. If they don't know that, then shut them the fuck up, man. Take the mic away from them. Period. So don't be an enabler to these guys, you know. So my man, right? What up, Emery? So my man Emery said a bunch of chads, you know. I don't know about all that. I just know that I was in corporate finance for long enough to know what this shit looks like, and it looks just like that. Textbook. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about the community. They give a fuck about making money. And it's easy come up for them because it looks good on paper when you have somebody who's been in this situation multiple times in mainstream America, and now they're in our industry doing the same shit again. So it is what it is, but take it as a warning shot, man. It's a warning to everybody. If you let these motherfuckers take over, this is what's going to happen over and over and over again. And if we don't stop sniping at each other, we don't stop talking shit, we don't stop stabbing each other in our backs, like all of that, you're going to have more of this happen. Like, God forbid. I hope that it doesn't. I'm going to do all I can, and I hope you all do as well. So big ups to everybody for showing love this weekend. I'm not in the studio today. Sorry, I'm not mobile. I couldn't be out and about this weekend. I'm going through a little bit of a gout attack, man. Make sure you guys are taking care of your health as you guys get older. No, I do not. I did not eat a ton of red meat, beer, and shellfish. It's hereditary with me. All right, so Kurt Boogie Lavender, what up? Holistic CCCT, what up? EM Guns Zero, what up? Jared Mancinelli, what up? Salasocram, what's happening? Vape John, what's good? Flipper Tricks, what's good? Video Matt presents, what's good, my brother? What's good? What's happening? We could talk about, hey Matt, we can talk about the Black National Anthem if you want to talk about it, man. It ain't Tuesday, but we can talk about it. Fitzpatrick's, what's happening? Cannabis House was good. Joe Fitz, my man, was popping. Veronica, part of the CANiVISION team. What's happening? True Humboldt. Hey, what up? All right, Calix Elliot, what's happening? Satya, my sister-in-law's in the house. What's up? All right, King Scudder, my peep, Carl Jeezy, Rubes, Two Pups in the Garden, OCC Security Solutions, Matt Berry, my man, my brother out in Wisco doing it big. And David Abernathy, what's happening? Silk Funk, what's that up here on Facebook, YouTube, Mellow Man 3000. Sounds like a name from the arcade High Scores. The made up fucking names over there. All right, so now what's happening? Video Matt, let me know, man. You want to talk about the Black National Anthem? We can talk about it, man. We can talk about it. NFL trying to come to the trying to come late and say, oh yeah, we can do your national anthem too. For everybody who wants to talk shit about the Black National Anthem, this is from all my people, man. This is from my homeboys in the league too. Check out the second fucking verse of our national anthem and come back to me. That's a little homework assignment for all y'all. And see why the national anthem can eat a dick. Ethical Data Alliance, EDA in the building. All right, so If you want to hop on, we can hop on. We can talk about the national anthem if you want to talk about that. I want to talk about aliens, Alien OG. I was smoking. Big shout out to Susan Stories. She actually got me some. Got me some blue cheese. I'm gonna be puffing on later on as well. So if you guys have been watching the Olympics, man, I got a lot of love and hate from that on the Megan Rapinoe story because that heated up on Friday afternoon. Shout out to Women Grow. Big shout out to Women Grow. I hope they get their house together and they work those PR chains. Jesus. If you guys want to hear some more commentary on that, check out State of Cannabis News Hour every single morning, 9 a.m. on Clubhouse. You can get your daily dose. All right, so I gotta give big love. Where is it? You're gonna hate me. Big love to my man Salvador Santana, Dope Dad's it's coming through. And then for everybody, I know I said that the edited version was coming out last night of the weekly roll-up. The power went out. If you guys are in central LA, man, the power fucking went out. It rains. I know they said it never rains in Southern California. It rained like a motherfucker last night, and the power went out, and I couldn't upload anything until like 8 a.m. this morning. And at that point, I was already getting on my work. So that'll be going up this evening. So much love to everybody. I did not forget to actually have that. And I had a great one that went out this weekend. Shout out to my man, World of Dog Training, Ryan Matthews, World of Dog Training, celebrity dog trainer. He donates his space to us for our weekend show. Every single Saturday, we're out there in the studio getting it in. And big shout out to everybody. Just brought on James Henry as a partner. Black Cannabis is in the building. ACHEM, the Chem Coalition, everybody over there. I missed the Clubhouse this morning because I was actually in the doctor's office, so I apologize for that. But I will be on the drop on Thursday. If you guys know on Clubhouse, you're fucking with ACHEM. And it's a beautiful situation that we're building over there. BIPOC leaders, the entire industry coming together and just doing great things, supporting each other's businesses. If you want to be part of that, make sure you guys check out achem.org over there. Make sure you guys check out, my t-shirt. You like my t-shirt? Thank you, Susie. So my t-shirt is actually hemp. You don't see no big wrinkles and shit in like that. It doesn't look like burlap. You know why? Because we have our own proprietary blend, 55% hemp, 45% organic cotton. You can get those. Check out Maison Tight, MAISONTIET. That's our partner on the merch side. Let us know what you guys want. We have women's clothing coming out. We actually have the full sweatsuits coming out. We got a lot more heat coming out. Can't wait for fall. Can't wait for the next run. So that's about it for the day, man. I was a little long-winded today. I just had to go in deep with on MedMen, simply because I see that as a warning. I'm putting that out as a warning, man. Yeah, like if you guys let these motherfuckers go out here and take over the industry, they will, because they have the money to do it. They can wait long enough, and their billions of dollars that they have, we ain't shit compared to them. So just remember that. And the institutional money is on its way into the industry. So make sure you guys are well aware of that, and get a seat at the table, period. Adam Bierman did a lot of damage in the industry overall. There's a bad culture that he built out there. He said a lot of racist, misogynistic things, and our industry really has no place for that. It's another thing that separates our industry from all these other ones, and that's why I chose to stay out of like the whole women in cannabis debate, Black women in cannabis kerfuffle, if you will, on Friday. I was just sitting back, I was eating my popcorn. It was interesting, but I choose not to throw shots at people directly, like in public, because it makes us all look bad. Wait till legalization comes along for that, because it just makes us all look bad. And now we got to band together. We got to find a way to work together. We got to listen. And just my personal, the only thing I'll say about that is I really wish that women grow in their leadership team would have done like Lin-Manuel Miranda did and just sit back and listen. If people are offended at something, don't be like, oh, I said what I said. Like, listen, ask them why what you said or what you did offended them and move accordingly. We're no longer, in the streets and shit like that. Some of us are, some of us still creep. But on that level, when you get to that level, man, you just got to listen to people, and or you're just gonna get taken over by motherfuckers like MedMen did. That guy Tom Lynch, guarantee he never wants to step foot into the trap. He never wants to go to any of your sessions. He never wants to go to any events that are not corporate, that are not button up. Shout out to that other event series out in New York. If you want that, the dead one, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you want that, go ahead and go fuck with some colonizers, go fuck with some industry fucking squatters and entertain them. But that's not my bag, and I'm not going to do that. And nobody that I rock with is about that either. So, and that's just the real me. So I love you all. DV1 Husker, Fly Girl 5015, Mojo Mama 20. And I love all of you guys. Jack Bronson 2013. Illies was popping. I love you guys. Tomorrow I have a really, really good story of good news coming out of Africa. So for tomorrow's story, so make sure you guys check that one out. And hit me up with any questions. Any questions? Any shout outs? Anybody you guys want me to get any shout outs before I leave here? 30 minutes, like way over my runtime where I'm supposed to be doing, but hit me up, hit a brother up. If not, so much love to you all. Peace, mask, and pizza. More cute baby posts. I got plenty. ATL is in the building. ATL, what up, Fly Girl 5015? What up to my man Mecca King down there doing his thing? I gotta come down to Atlanta, man. I gotta come down to Atlanta. I've not been in forever. Sosa Cuts is in the building. What's up with Africa? There's a lot of stuff going on in Africa. Guys, check out the green investments in Africa. There's a lot of opportunity out there. And for the investors in the building, check out South Africa. There's a huge opportunity out in South Africa to actually own the conversation out there, to own the there's a lot of deals to be made, and Africa is open for business. So the medical lane and industrial hemp wide the fuck open. So everybody who is stuck on the culture side, everything came from the culture. That's why I'm always going to ride for that, because I've been part of that industry for over 2 decades now. And what up, ZHO 805? So I'll never stop giving love to the trap. I'll never stop giving love to my people on the street. But the rest of the world does not give a shit about that. The rest of the world is going forward with medical cannabis and industrial hemp. So if that is your bag, you got semi-deep pockets. Like $1 goes a much further, a much longer way overseas. So just let us know. We have some opportunities out there in Africa, opportunities in Colombia, opportunities in Europe. For people who are looking to set up shop out there, people who are looking to invest dollars out there, people who are looking to just learn about what's going on out there, just hit us up. We got people directly in the thick of things and looking to make connections. So anybody else, any more shout outs? We good? We good? I gotta smoke some more of this blue cheese, man. All right, Sosa Cuts. I'll hip you to game, man. I'll hip you to game, little brother. So one more thing before we guys head up. It's raining like crazy in Los Angeles right now. It's not raining no more. I think the sun's out now. But it has been raining. I know a lot of people are shutting their doors. I know a lot of people are closing down again because of this Delta variant. Who knows what the fuck is going to happen with the Lambda variant. Just remember, man, you look around, nobody else is kissing and hugging you, like none of that. You ain't got no wife to hug on, no baby to squeeze like I do. You can always turn up. Always got time to turn up, baby. The cannabis industry is here to stay. Up yours truly, yearly. And I always got love for my people. People first. One network, many voices. This is CANiVISION Global. Make sure you guys show us some love, all my people all around the nation, in the Northeast, in the Midwest. Shout out to Hush Chicago. They're doing the thing. CANiVISION Illinois, CANiVISION Midwest. My man Chris Jackson up there. Joe Stallsworth up in the Northeast, holding shit down. Eddie Crash, Megan on the Northeast as well. My man Raj Chander out there in the Southeast. Also, everybody else, I got a couple other people that want to get shit popping in the Southeast. Reach out to Veronica on my team. info@canivision.com. CANiVISION. And let us know. Let us know what you want to do. We'll get a camera. We'll get some lighting out to you, some backdrops and all that stuff, so you can tell your story, because I don't know what the hell is going on the other side of the world, but I got people who do, and that's what this community is all about: keeping it real, keeping it a buck, and making sure that we all take care of each other. And there's less and less opportunities for corporators to come in and take everything that we got and take over the industry narrative. All right, so that's about it for me today. I love you guys. Check us out on State of Cannabis NewsHour tomorrow morning. Every single morning, get your daily dose. Clubhouse, 9 a.m. I love you guys. Bye. Make Africa great again. I wore that for you, Matt. Shout out to Donald Trump. CRT.